Let's solve the equation using the quadratic formula. 9z squared minus 6z plus 6 equals 0. Okay, so let's recap the quadratic formula real quick. That's going to be negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Okay, so now I need to identify a, b, and c. Before I do that, though, I'm just looking at this expression right here. 9, 6, and 6. They're all divisible by 3. I'm going to go ahead and factor out a common factor of 3, just so I can make this a little bit easier. If I divide this by 3, I'm left with 3z squared. Divide this by 3, I'm left with negative 2z. Divide this by 3, I'm left with 2. All that equals 0. And then I can remove the 3 altogether by dividing both sides by 3. Those will cancel out. Leave me with 3z squared minus 2z plus 2 equals 0. Okay, well, remember, in this case, a is 3, b is negative 2, and c is positive 2. Now, you will get the exact same answer if you use 3, negative 2, and positive 2, as you would if you used 9, negative 6, and positive 6. Okay, you'll get the same answer. So let's go with the smaller numbers. Okay, let's plug in the numbers. Let me go ahead and write it out. Z equals negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4a and c all over 2a. Okay, so b is negative 2, negative 2, a is 3, c is 2, a is 3. Okay, so we'll go from there. Now, negative, negative 2. Negative, negative is positive, right? So this is positive 2 plus or minus square root of negative 2 squared is positive 4 minus negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. So minus 24. And all that is over 2 times 3, which would be 6. All right, so there we go. 4 minus 24 is negative 20. So z equals 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 20 over 6. Okay, let's simplify the square root of negative 20. First of all, there's a negative, which means that there's going to be an I involved somewhere. 2 plus or minus, there's going to be something with an I over 6. Let's figure out what that something is. So that's going to be square root of 20. Just recap, right? Square root of negative 20 is the same thing as I times the square root of 20. Now, to break down 20, 20 is 10 times 2. 10 is 5 and 2. So pair of 5s. I'm sorry, pair of 2s. And a 5 left behind. And don't forget about the I, right? So 2, the square root of 5, I. Okay, now let's simplify. Remember, to reduce this type of fraction, 1, 2, 3. All 3 of these digits have to be divisible by the same number. They are all divisible by 2. So divide them all by 2. I get 1 plus or minus 1 the square root of 5, I, over 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, there we go. Now, I'll write out my answers formally. 1 plus the square root of 5i over 3. 1 minus the square root of 5 times I over 3. Those are my two non-real solutions.